You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the November 15th meeting of the LaPorte County Election Board Special Meeting. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Call this meeting to order. LaPorte County Election Board, November 15th, 2024, 3 p.m. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Heather Stevens.
Present.
John Lake.
Present.
Brody Schaffner, I am present. We do have a quorum. Any changes to the agenda?
Not for me.
Yeah, I would make a motion to add the mismatched ballots under new business.
As letter C.
That would be fine.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any other corrections to the agenda? Okay. Public comment.
Lisa Pierzakowski, Center Township trustee, and one of my firefighters, Eric Haverstock. We would like to be removed as a voting place from here on out. We have pictures here to show you the traffic, but the major issue is our fire trucks cannot get in and out with as much traffic as we had. We had traffic even on Johnson Road trying to get in. We had traffic in our driveway trying to get out. So our firefighters couldn't get in, our trucks wouldn't have been able to get out. The other thing is parking. I mean, we tried, it didn't do anything. They were parking in back to back, and I've got pictures here. You can see we've got people walking through our grass to get up front, and you know, it was rainy and icky out. So I'm more than happy to share pictures with you.
I believe it just based on the numbers.
It's just,
Yeah, I mean,
you guys
Yeah.
were busy.
That makes a lot of sense.
so it poses a danger.
It's a huge danger.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know, as far as a firefighting, we 2 years ago we had 8 fire calls.
Mm.
Luckily, I had firefighters there. My other thing is, it cost me over $1,000 to pay my firefighters to be there all day long. We get $75 for the use of the building. That doesn't pay me to, you know, pay the firefighters, pay for their lunch, you know, stuff like that. Did you want to add something?
No, I just want to commend the board for going to the voting centers. I think it's a fantastic idea, and I think it's worked out extremely well. Unfortunately for us, is now the precincts went away, it's a perfect location. I understand that between LaPorte and Michigan City on the busiest county road, I heard, in the state of Indiana. So it's a perfect location. It's just it's a logistical nightmare with the amount of people that we had. The facility was not designed and built to have that much traffic in a short amount of time. There were peaks at times. We had cars literally parked on both sides of Johnson Road waiting to get in, had difficulty getting out. Towards the end of the day, where it was raining, it was dark, we had a vehicle that broke down that had nothing to do with the elections. So we had, you know, a flatbed wrecker had to come in. That created more of an issue. You know, commerce is still happening, so school buses are still going by. Everyone's going to work. At one point, the driveway was completely blocked in both directions. If we had a fire call, we couldn't get the firefighters in. Even if they got in, there was nowhere place for them to even park, because we had cars at the peak points were 2 to 3 deep. We blocked in voters because there was just nowhere else to put them. So people kind of had to wait to come out so they could leave, so other cars could leave. It's a logistical nightmare at that facility with the lack of parking and just the infrastructure to get the vehicles in and out. It's just long term, it's not safe with the darkness, the rain that we had. And we, like Lisa said, we did the best job that we could. And
They were awesome. They were awesome.
And we facilitated it, but I just think, you know, as the popularity of the centers grow, which is great, I just think that facility, more people are says, yes, go to Johnson Road, go to Center Township, it's conveniently located. So I think, unfortunately, you know, the popularity of that location is going to increase, and we just don't have the infrastructure to support that volume of traffic. So it's a good problem. It's just that facilities, it's just not ideal for it.
safety wise, it's just not, it's not fair to the rest of the residents of Center Township. If I recall, we would not have been able to get out.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And thank you for bringing this forward right after the election so we know early enough that we can make that change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's, we're gonna have to find another location.
yeah, I told Heather, I said, I'm gonna be the next, when's the next meeting? Because I said, I wanna, nip it right away, so. But we tried, we
Yeah.
tried, and I think that, Randy helped get, millings and stuff. We thought adding some parking spots that we, be able to do that. And, it just, it didn't work. We tried to do like drive one way in and drive one way out. Well, no, they would just park and just block it, and we had a lady almost take the side of the building off, and it was just not good. It just wasn't good. So we tried. We can say we tried.
Yes,
So
yes.
And we have a whole year to figure out another place. So.
Yep.
so if we could get us removed, that would be greatly appreciated.
Noted.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
I know you guys thought this would be a fun meeting, but yet here I am. Katama Logwood, 104 West Greenlawn Drive, LaPorte County, LaPorte, Indiana. I'm standing up again for the Democratic Civic Club investigation. We are now 6 months in. We are over a year since I made the complaint. Made the complaint at the end of October of 2023. I'm going to read the page 63 of the campaign finance manual. An organization or affiliated with a political party is located within or outside Indiana. This is the criteria for being an auxiliary party organization as opposed to filing a PAC. 1, proposes to influence election of candidates for state legislative, local office, school board, or other outcomes of a public question. 2, has either had an annual budget of less than $5,000 in at least one of the last 2 years, and 3, has not made a contribution of more than $1,000 to another committee or a candidate. Democratic Civic Club, and the initial complaint was, should they be filing PAC paperwork, tracking their finances? And the answer is clearly no. 6 out of the last 8 years, they have gone over the 5,000. Currently, we are 3 years into going over 5,000. And if you track Lake for prosecutor in 22, there's a line item right here, LaPorte Democratic Civic Club, $1,500. That's within the last 2 years. They do not meet the criteria for an auxiliary organization. They therefore should have been filing PAC finances. Since I've made the complaint, John Lake was put on this board. I've given you all a flyer with John Lake's name and address on it from 2023, where he was collecting checks from the Civic Club for the golf outing in 2023. Mr. Lake said June 24th, when he was sworn into this board, that he would assign a proxy for any aspects that dealt with the Civic Club. Last meeting, he went against that. Made a recommendation we send this over to the Sheriff's Department for investigation. I've also given you a copy of the bylaws that were rewritten in 2023 of the Civic Club. If you flip to the last page of that, you will see the names on that bylaws. 2022, Andy Heineck was president of the Civic Club. He was also part of the rewrites committee in 2023. He was also chief of detectives. That will not work. There's a conflict of interest there. I'm asking that this board forward this to ISP for their scrutiny. We can no longer linger waiting for a subpoena to be filed. We have not been, nobody at the county has been given the name of the account at the bank to send that subpoena. We're now 6 months into waiting on that. At any time, the new appointee to this board, John Lake, could have gone and pulled 2022 prosecutor for Lake financials and gotten that check for $1,500 and provided that to this board to send that subpoena. He's been on the board for 6 months, hasn't done it. The board in its current makeup, I don't think is going to accomplish the goal on this. I think it's time for outside eyes to look on this, and that's where I'll leave it. Thank you.
Thank you. Public comment.
Ella Bilderbeck. I just wanted to briefly touch on the same issue I spoke about before the primaries. Just before the general election, another hit piece came out. Yet again, bunch of lies, falsities. I just, at this point, shrugged it off. However, what I'm trying to bring across is that if we do nothing, or if we can't do anything about those kind of letters where no one takes the credit for it, we don't know how many of them went out. We know that the maximum number is 100 without being able to, you have to give your name. You have to put the return address, you have to say who paid for it. This was not done. So clearly there was a violation unless it was less than 100 pieces sent out, which I don't know that. But that encourages people who do that to keep doing it again and again, because every time they get away with it, it just tells them, yeah, we can do it again. And it violates the rules, and it also encourages bad players to come out and do their stupid stunts. Sadly enough, they can't even do a really good hit piece because they were encouraging folks to vote for my opponent just for the wrong office. So, you know, if you're going to do something like that, maybe put a little more work to it, run it through a spell check, or better yet, don't do it at all. Thank you.
Any other public comment? Going once, going twice. Closed. New business, the provisional ballots.
Okay. Oh, we have provisional ballots, all right. I can. I think we need to read into the record how many we have, which I was so busy putting them together I didn't count them.
While you're doing that, I just want to move to amend to add the Center Township Fire Department to just, we can vote now to remove them for the next election, so it's done. Do you want to do that as a D under the new business?
Yeah, I'm good.
That's what I'd move to amend the agenda to add that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay.
There's 46. $60.
60.
Most of these, the voter is simply not registered. I did go through, and you guys are welcome to those. And take a look, and I did attach to the best I could to show you that they were simply not registered.
Don't read the names.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I think I did that one year.
Oh.
I think I told you to.
Oh, you can't see, but it moved.
Okay.
That one. What is that? when they're auto canceled and then they moved? They have to be registered?
Yeah, if somebody is auto-canceled and they have not moved, then voter registration could simply auto-activate their registration. However, if they have moved, they needed to re-register to vote.
Okay. And if they, so if they've moved and they haven't
Yep.
auto canceled, okay, they haven't re-registered.
Right.
What about, this person says they're not a registered voter?
Yeah, just not a registered voter. I think we had a lot of that on election day.
Yeah.
But, you know, the rule is you do not turn a voter away. You give them a provisional ballot, and that's what we did.
Auto cancel. That's that.
That was a mismatch?
No.
No.
Taylor has this.
Sweet. So these two?
No, those are different.
Okay.
Is there 60 of those?
No, there's, I think 46 of
46?
those.
Oh, okay.
And then these needed more consideration. So even though this person did come in to bring the ID, they do not appear to be a registered voter.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
It's in here.
Yes, she went over there and they sent
perfect.
Is any of these? I saw that name.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Yep. All right, this one, again, came in, brought their ID, and unfortunately had been auto-canceled and has moved.
Okay.
You said you saw this name.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Okay, we're gonna mix some of these up. So, this voter, wrong stack. Is not registered. So again, even though they came in and provided their identification, unfortunately, they're not registered to vote.
Okay. I'll just keep these.
This person came in. However, this person is registered in Porter County.
Yep.
This person came in, but is not a registered voter. This person was auto-canceled. They did come in, but they have moved.
Okay.
This next one is tricky. It is a male and female, they are twins. And within the voter registration system, they were merged. So here they were both registered to vote, but they very similar names, same date of birth. This system tends to try to merge them together. So when one twin went to vote, they couldn't vote because the other twin had checked in under this twin's name. So
Okay.
that's where we have that. The voter did come in to provide ID, and I'm going to make a motion that ballot should be counted.
This isn't an auto cancel, it's just a error system merging.
Yeah,
Okay.
they got merged together, and sometimes that can be a real bear to separate and to correct that.
I'll second that motion. Any discussion?
There's everything.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So this one I'll set right here.
Okay.
That's all that's approved.
Okay. I cannot find any reason why this voter is not in the poll book. None at all. And in my opinion, this voter has done everything that they've gone above and beyond. So again, I would make a motion to accept that provisional ballot.
What do you mean they're not in the poll book?
They apparently didn't pop up in the poll book, but I had no problem pulling them straight up in voter registration. So
Okay.
I'm not sure what happened out there.
Okay. I'll let you look at it.
Sure.
This voter did pop up in the poll book, but it said that that the voter was inactive. Oh, do you want to wait until
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a motion on the floor.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
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 So this voter appeared to vote. When they put the ID into the poll pad, it popped up and said that the voter was inactive. That shouldn't matter. I don't even know that they saw that. I didn't know that they saw that. But that would have no bearing because once a voter votes, it puts them back into an active status. So I'm not sure
It
why.
wasn't canceled though, because it says
No.
inactive and then canceled, so that
No.
doesn't automatically happen when they go inactive.
Nope.
Okay.
So in my opinion, this voter should have voted on the machine, but they showed the ID at the vote center. So I would be comfortable to make a motion to accept that ballot.
They confirmed the address. I'd second it.
All in favor say aye.
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 This voter had received and canceled an absentee ballot, and therefore was perfectly within the rights to vote. So I would make the motion to accept that ballot.
So then you said they received this is one of those ones out in the prairie for that where we had to redo them.
I think so.
And so they just
Yeah.
came and voted in person.
Yep.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor say aye.
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 Yeah, sorry.
There was no issue with this voter. They did sign the poll book. I'm not sure why we have a provisional ballot, but I would make the motion that it should be counted.
Okay.
This is one where they had said he had voted already, though. Is that the one? This is what I'm thinking of? Because there's a couple of those where they said they came in, the machine was saying they had voted, but this one is not,
No.
doesn't show 2 votes then, okay.
Nope.
I'd second that then.
All in favor say aye.
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 Again, not a clue. This is an active registered voter. Not sure why they were given a provisional ballot. It could have been an ID issue, and they have not appeared to provide ID.
Okay.
So the address is correct though? Do we, I mean, well, we don't have the ID, but they.
I don't have an ID.
Okay. So what do you do in that situation? Just, they have to provide the ID afterwards? Oh, then.
I believe so. It doesn't tell me why that voter was given a provisional ballot.
Because on the, it was saying something about they're not in the poll book, but I'm not, but they're in the poll book?
Did you already make a motion on this one?
No.
No, okay. Well, what do you want to do? Yay or nay?
I'll vote to, I'll say to count it.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
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 And same thing with this one. I don't know why the voter was given a provisional ballot.
But they're registered.
They're
and
registered.
Everything. Yeah. You know what? After that election, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Just not surprised at all.
I'd move to allow it.
I second that. All in favor say aye.
Aye. This voter checked in and voted at the polls. I don't know why we have a provisional ballot.
I have a theory. I won't share it. I won't share it on this microphone. But see me after. Okay.
So they already have a vote in?
Yeah.
And we have,
Well, we have to deny that one.
I mean, what, I'd move to deny it if they've already voted and we already have a vote. I mean,
Yeah.
why would we let them vote twice? I don't.
Yep.
Why'd they get a provisional if they were allowed to vote in the machine?
I second that. All in favor say aye.
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 Deny pile.
This is a registered voter. The voter did appear with ID. The voter is just registered under a different last name.
Okay.
So that made it challenging apparently to
okay.
find the
But
voter in
everything
the
else, they're
poll.
registered and just a change of name.
Yep.
Okay. Good deal. Is that all of them?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to make a formal motion to deny those.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before in the other 46.
Don't read.
I'd move to,
Well, so this is 46?
this is the last one?
Yes.
That's
I'd
it.
move to count this one.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's the approved so far pile.
So you guys may want to do a recount on how many are being rejected and
You want me to count those?
Yes, please.
I don't get paid to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7.
this is exactly what the courthouse sounded like on election day, you guys.
7, 28, with a lot more swearing. 29, 30, right, John? 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 38, 39, 40, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 51. How many you got?
I got 8 approved.
All right, is there a motion to deny these 51?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 We already approved these individually.
Yes.
8 in total.
Got it.
Okay, is that it for those?
That is it for those. We can't, I think we're gonna have to move, to mismatch ballots ahead of,
Yeah, that's fine.
okay?
Mismatched, we're skipping certification.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think
No.
Taylor has the mismatched ballots.
Skip down to C.
And then we'll have to open these, you guys check everything so that Dan can tally them.
All right.
No signature?
mismatched.
Okay. We'll just do them one at a time since there's only like a few.
Affidavit and sign.
Is he counting them right now?
When we're ready.
Oh, okay.
So, this one has the affidavit attached for signature. The ballot was unsigned, but
Okay.
it looks like the signatures match on both of those. Yeah, the from those, the mismatched ones from those.
Okay.
Sure, you don't want us to just throw them all together?
Oh, man.
No, just take all the work we did and just take it apart?
Part of them go in the absentees, the other ones will go in as election day.
So you just want us to keep the provisionals separate from the absentees? We can
All
do
right.
that.
You want a motion to accept these two?
The first two that are unsigned, I'd move to approve because they've filed the affidavit with their signatures. The signatures match what's on the poll book.
I'll second that. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I'll just keep those right there.
What are these?
These are mismatched signatures. We have to assess.
Determine whether the signatures are the same.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we did this.
If they match, the board shall open the envelope and count it. And pray that the precinct code is correct.
Well, okay. I think that signature map.
We'll just do one by one.
See, this is what we had when we looked at these on
Yeah,
election day and we sent. So now we're looking at this and that
Okay.
matches. I say that matches.
Okay.
So we'll do the match versus mismatch.
Okay.
But I think that's a match.
Me too.
I'm good.
Okay. And then so that was that one. Okay, yeah, I would say looks like Leonard Skinner. Seriously, look at that signature.
Wow.
I was watching this yesterday.
Okay.
Wow, that's pretty consistent too. Yeah, so that's the way they sign them. Yeah, I'd say yes.
I agree. All right. Motion to approve all these.
Yeah, I'd move to approve all those.
I'll second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Can I combine those two with these?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just not the
Just not with these.
provisionals.
So you guys, if you guys would like to open all of this at this point so that Dan can run it,
Are we gonna be checking dots? I need the whole book then. I mean, I seriously will need a book.
Oh my god.
just open these.
Because there were so many errors in the whole book. I mean, I'm just thinking about it.
Well, these shouldn't have that problem.
No, those are absentee. Those are
These are
provisional.
provisional. Yeah.
Well,
We're supposed to open these, right?
Yes.
Okay. There you go.
I was just saying, are you?
But you need to keep all the paperwork together.
Yeah, that we found that.
Yay or
I
nay?
don't think so.
You know what? We're doing it anyway.
No, after what happened, I'm not. Keep it all together. Got the paper clip. Okay. What does it say? Oh no, there's nothing at the bottom. That was my. I asked the question and I got an answer. The very first one. There's
You
nothing.
guys can fill the bottom in.
All right. So this is all.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said we need one of those books.
Yeah. Remember the part about swearing? Yeah.
Well,
We can't say that out loud.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a precinct on it. I know which
Is there?
precinct it is. I just
Okay.
can't, I need the book to be able to.
I can figure that out when I get it over.
Oh, okay, so you'll
As
do
long
it.
as something tells me the name of the precinct, I can
Okay.
look up.
You just don't need the little thing at the bottom, the 3 dots at the bottom or 4 dots. Okay. All right.
As long as
Where's
it
the signature?
has the initials of the workers and it has the stamp.
Oh, on the.
Yep.
Oh, on the back. I get you. No, this one doesn't have initials.
Okay, the two of you may initial it in order
I
for the
guess we'll
ballot to be
wait to
counted.
approve. Let's approve them first. Then
Can we just go back and deny them all?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, all right. So this one has.
This one has it. This one has the initials.
All right, good. We'll put.
All right, Dan, what do you want together?
I'm just keeping them all, and they can
All
do
of
them
it?
individually.
Like this? Okay. So this
Well, I
one's
just put this on the.
this one's good.
I would put the paperwork on the. How do you want it, like that? But this one we need to sign.
Okay.
So
This
that's
one
what
we
they're
don't
saying.
because they actually did their job
Yeah.
on this one.
Have you stopped the checks yet? I think everyone that does it wrong should. Taylor should get the extra money. Nope, no initials on this one. But they did fill it out.
The two of you can initial that.
Yeah.
That's this pile.
Well, we don't.
Oh my god. Got any paper clips?
We can
there's
take them
some
off of
right
these. That'll be fine.
They didn't. Well,
Oh, this will be a quick meeting, Brody.
yeah. All right. Well,
John, does that have the precinct on
No.
that, on the paper that's right there?
on the paper it does, but not on the.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. And I'm hoping that the little things at the bottom correspond, but does it matter? Can you run it?
Yes,
If it,
Well, it definitely matters.
yes.
I know
If
that.
they don't correspond, I'll be back.
With a blank ballot. Luckily, this one's a. There's not that many entries.
This is the stack where we have to do
Yeah.
other people's jobs.
All right, this one is signed. All right,
It's good?
it's signed and has the.
All right.
Now, whether or not it corresponds to the correct.
Then there's that.
Because when you go to the voting centers, people come from different precincts and they get the precincts wrong. That's what you're dealing with. Although these are.
Okay. This one's good.
I'm having flashbacks of election night, just saying.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
This one is initialed by one person. My God.
The D or the R?
R. So I'm the D.
Oh, okay.
Right. But and the precinct stuff is not filled out. But
On the printout that I printed, the precinct should be there.
okay, I'll let him. All right. So this one is missing one signature. One initial. How do we do?
This one's good.
All right, so these vote to deny because there's no initial. All right, so we just sign them?
Yeah.
All right.
That's good. Okay.
I did all the sealing of stuff. Watching that.
Then we have to do these still.
Yes, but don't mix those up with the others.
Right.
Okay,
It's kind of
Right.
hard too because those have full-size manila envelopes. All right, you want to set those over there?
one second. What'd you do here?
That wasn't me. That was you. There you go.
Yeah, that was you. Most definitely was. Yeah, I'll put these
We don't have our letter openers either.
No, yeah. I'll get a paper cut on some.
There you go.
So now we just open these.
Yeah. Right?
Yes, please.
I was just, did you say no? Oh, this, oh God. I still have my sense of humor. Okay. This is, they actually, I'm hoping the township's correct, or precinct.
Not a chance.
Oh, I need, do we have paper clips?
Yeah, I'm stealing them from here.
I'm hoping that this was, both of those are signed.
Is this good?
Yeah, it's been signed by both, and, yep, this one is signed by both and has the little dots. Whether the dots are correct or not, I'm not- Almost
Sounds like a Dan problem.
Huh?
I said it sounds like a Dan problem.
Yeah. Once he walks out, we just end the meeting and go home and then.
Absolutely. I can't believe we still have an audience.
All right.
Honestly.
What?
Like we have an audience. It's Friday afternoon, they're watching us open paper.
I know. I need another paper clip. Please. Thank you. And then I'm done with mine. So now the biggest issue is going to be the dots on these. Because that's where we have encountered the problem.
I have no more paper clips.
They're all stapled. Well, you got two more?
Yeah. It's right here.
I want to let me open one.
There you go.
This person really want to make sure that it didn't get open. Wow. The outside and the inside. All right. All right, we have that.
Okay. It's a separate stack.
Yes.
Alright. There you go. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. So now do we have to wait to certify the election until he's done?
Yes.
So we adjourn? Or let's give it to him and then we can just deal with these other,
That's fine.
the Center Township thing, vote on.
Yes.
Okay. Knees to chest, Dan. Knees to chest.
That's absentee, these were original. Yep. And those are the provisional.
Left hand, right.
I mean, you can tell, bigger envelope, smaller envelope.
Okay.
I don't want to see you without blank ballots if you have to do the dots, and I need to think because we'll just be guessing.
Alright, moving on to Center Township removal.
Wow, it's a great location.
Yeah.
But we had concerns about it before.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like that was a concern about Johnson
And
Road.
they were good sports
They
about
were great.
Yeah,
keeping us on. So yeah,
Yeah, I think
Is
it's
there a
time to
motion?
remove them.
I moved, to remove it.
from the vote center plan.
Yeah, yes.
Second.
Whatever we have to do.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
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 And I will start looking for
The replacement.
a big location that can handle that volume.
Okay.
So, I think while we were waiting for Dan, there were some election issues, and I think that I know for me personally, when things were being discovered, I reached out to you guys because, and I reached out to the state, and I never would I want to even try to hide anything. I know after the ballots were counted, it said that like Cass had 0 absentee ballots. And I was like, well, I know that that's not right. So it bothered me all weekend. And Tuesday morning, I went down to the room with the 2 absentee workers, and I said, where are the cast ballots? And I'm glad we didn't touch much of anything in that room, but one of the workers had put, you guys emptied the ballot box.
Yes, we did.
Somebody put ballots back in the ballot box, and we did not know, we still don't know who. It was.
I have a theory.
I do too.
So I contacted these guys. I contacted the state. I'm like, this is what I'm going to do to fix this. I contacted Dan at Microvote and said, gonna need ya. But I did not want to do anything like that without talking to you guys. And even though we couldn't meet, it was definitely an emergency. So, wow. But Dan has handled all of that. The numbers are much, much closer. We had an issue in Kingsbury at the vote center where every voter that voted there got a Kingsbury ballot. And that is simply, the poll workers weren't paying attention. And I haven't looked to see who they are because that part doesn't matter right now. But what I did have to do was go through to find out every voter that voted at Kingsbury, because my fear was, could this change a school board race, a congressional district race, something like that? And what it did affect was 19 congressional ballots, 3 Senate, 3 House, and 4 school board. None of that is going to make a difference in any election, but just so that
This time, yeah.
This time.
And thank goodness. I do think that I will be going to the county council next year to get the encoders. Basically, an encoder, it almost looks like a debit card or credit card reader, and you plug it into the poll pad. So then the judge will come up, put the vote card into this, which it will put the proper precinct for each voter on that card. From there, the card then goes to the voting machine. You put it in, and it automatically pulls up the proper ballot. And this is not the first time that this has happened since we've moved to vote centers. So as much as most of our poll workers have got this down and they're doing great, but this definitely shows that if you're not watching what you're doing, it could create big problems.
Yeah. And so just so everyone out there understands what's going on. So on the election, when you go to vote, whether it's early or on election day, and you go up and you check in for the polling, you get a piece of paper. They will print out a little thing that has your code on there, and that have your precinct and everything else. And so what happens is they're supposed to go up into the machine that you're going to vote on and press that in. That'll bring up the proper ballot for you, so that if you live in Michigan City, you'll be voting on Michigan City School Board or New Prairie or LaPorte or wherever. And what happened is, since poll workers have been working these polls for years, and so they're used to just automatically putting in the same precinct number because that's what they thought. They forget where it went to voting centers, and because we went to voting centers, everyone can go. I can go to down to La Crosse,
Yeah.
and I'm going to be voting though for Kankakee, where I live. But the problem is if somebody down there makes a mistake. So this didn't just happen in Kingsbury, because I know Gopher Brody was getting calls on election day, and it basically was happening in Michigan City. It happened in LaPorte, where people are saying, "Hey, I'm from Michigan City. I'm voting here in LaPorte, and they got the LaPorte school board, but I want to vote on the school board members." And so people knew what they were doing, and so we kind of caught that early on in some of them. I think Civic Club had some issues. Some other ones did in LaPorte. I know some of the churches had some issues up in Michigan City. Same thing. It's an honest mistake. It happens. There's no nefarious conduct. We don't, claims of corruption, things of that nature that people are trying to deliberately, fix the election is not true. I mean, none of that stuff. And I've gotten phone calls from various people and complaining about it. And listen, it's human error. It happens, okay? There's no intent here, and at the end of the day, because of the margins, now if we were talking close elections, obviously, as I said on election day, the straight ticket voting, changed the whole dynamic. So these errors kind of are going to get glossed over, but there's really not an issue there. And as far as the absentee ballot, so what we're talking about is that people vote and ask a request for an absentee ballot. What happens is they gotta send them. We have to send it out. And you have a Democrat and you have a Republican signing off on those ballots. For whatever reason, the ballots at the bottom have a code for your precinct. They were coming back incorrect.
Yep.
So on election day, and people were like, why is it taking so long for the election results? Brody and I and Katie and I think Nicole, 4 of us were having to redo the ballots, confirm that the ballots were being voted, and put the right precinct dots in, because they were coming back saying this person's from Kankakee, but this is a ballot for Pleasant, Pleasant on the absentee ballot. So that's what the delay was, because there were like 200, and then we had someone who's trying to be helpful just undo all, because when you separate these out, they were separated into precincts, and that person then took all those precincts and put them all together on top, and we had to do like another hour of sorting to figure out which ballot went with what. It was kind of like a puzzle, a
It was a
game.
matching game.
It was a matching game.
was
The fish with the fish.
After 14 hours of working, being here, I was a little ready to kill someone, I think. And it would have been a justified homicide, I think, at that point. But anyway, that was delayed because people were complaining, why is it taking so long? There was nothing nefarious with the election. It was all done. And it was an interesting, because I've never worked the election from this side. But it was there's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts. No one's deliberately trying to screw things up, but it happens. It's like filling out the wrong thing on an SAT. You fill out the wrong, and so we had to fix those. And I'll just say my thanks to Taylor, because she fielded a lot of questions.
Yes.
And she's paid too little.
Yeah, stop being cheap.
It's not me.
And another observation, I'm just going to go into my comments. Another observation is that I think we need to spend the money for what you're talking about, but also for 2 poll books, because the Civic Club, every polling, when we go to these voting centers, we need to have 2 polling books so that we can get people in and up to vote, because the logjam wasn't at the voting booth like we were being told, and Brody and I went out and looked, and it's not. It was at the poll book, because it takes time to check their ID and do all that. So I would say to the council, whoever's on the council, I haven't even looked, you got to spend, you got to spend the money.
Hold on.
Come on,
We have enough.
We have enough?
We have enough.
All right, well then let's spend it. Allow them to spend it
I just want to
appropriately.
add to
We have
that.
the poll pads. We have enough of them.
When we went to the
We have
Civic,
2 for each. Yeah, we
when
need
we
to
went
send
to the
this out.
Civic, she was doing her job as fast as she could. There's nothing wrong there, but that would.
Yeah, and it's like these poor poll workers are stressed, because with the numbers they're trying to get in there, they have no breaks. I voted early. It took me 2 hours to wait in line in LaPorte, the fairgrounds. And so my hat's off to all the poll workers. I know mistakes happen. I said it gets frustrating. I think it was just because after being up from 4 o'clock in the morning, at 9 o'clock, all of a sudden finding out that we can't just run the things because we were done, it was frustrating to not be finished at that point for however long it took us to finally finish. So, but overall, I think these issues, from what you're talking about, just so that now you can start talking about the specifics of the vote totals and that. But I just want people out there to understand what's going on. That any claims, everyone's doing it in good faith. There's no deliberate, and we've covered some of the issues.
I don't know.
Yeah. As far as our county goes, it's good. We're good to go.
I will say that this has taught me a couple of new things that I will implement immediately.
Yeah.
So.
I think, go forward. It's always a learning, especially the voting centers. It's only second time, and this is the first presidential.
Yeah.
So it was a lot.
It was a busy day, for sure.
Yep.
Busy month.
Yeah.
I do think Katie and Nicole Messakar, thank goodness you guys stuck around, because
For real.
That was a huge
We'd
help.
still be,
Thank
we'd still be
you.
doing ballots.
They would still be in that room, for sure. John would be really, really mad right now.
You got the media.
Yeah.
Oh, it was nuts. Media's calling. Well, I had the one lady at the counter. I'm trying to get the poll workers and come back, and I was not very nice because she pops her head in and says, "Do you have numbers for me yet? Does it look like I have numbers for you right now? Go sit down.
I got something.
We're busy."
for you.
Yeah, I didn't even see the numbers till we finally
Yeah,
printed that one thing off.
yeah.
So that was what, 10, how much, what time was that?
It was like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
It was late. I like our results much sooner.
Yeah, it's a lot different than it used to be, where you'd get rolling things coming in.
Yeah.
It just isn't that way anymore.
No.
So
I typically our absentee by mail ballots and our early voting ballots are already tallied. They get tallied at 6 p.m. so we have something to release, early on, and that it just did not work that way this time. So because you guys were still down there messing around.
Right. Man. 4 o'clock on a Friday.
So, yep, I just wanted to make that known. There were issues. We were not trying to hide anything at all. We were trying to get it all corrected. So,
did you want to, I cut you off, sorry, before
That's okay.
before we went to the numbers. So if you wanted to tell them what the differences might have been.
the 19 congressional, 3 Senate, 3 House, 4 school board. And that's, again, it's not enough to change anything.
How many ballots?
How many ballots?
Mhm.
I don't know. 366 total. But a lot of those belonged in Kingsbury or Washington Township or
Yeah.
so there was no difference in the ballot. So I was just looking for where there was a precinct who had voted there that got the wrong ballot, and it was going to be different than what their ballot should have been. So that's not Dan.
I'm, do we need the seal when we redo the thing? I'm just anticipating we're gonna have to redo one.
There's got to be at least one. We're not going to get off that easy.
Nope.
I don't have a seal or anything. Hmm.
Got any jokes, Brody?
No.
Do you want to adjourn or for until they come back, or what do you want?
Take a recess.
Yeah. You know, motion to take a recess?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 We'll still sit here.
Memorial, thank you. Oh, yeah.
Oh, hang on. Before you do that.
All right, I'm just going ahead and.
All right, we're back from our recess.
What is it supposed to be?
We had one ballot come back that needed remarked.
It's supposed to be what?
The precinct code is wrong, right? Okay.
Correct.
So it's supposed to be 6 and then in the 5th line 0?
Yes, instead they did 6 and 4.
Well, they did 6. What? Okay, so it's 6 on the second line supposed to be 0?
It should be, I brought the book, so you
Okay.
could reference, yeah,
Which
just to double check.
is this Cool Spring? Wait. This brings back nightmares.
Cool Spring 2 or Cool Spring 4?
Oh, it's because is it 1? Here, you tell me.
Is there like a machine that the board can send out that pre-checks these?
MC14 precinct
No?
right there.
Okay.
MC14.
Oh, okay. So it's not Cool Spring. So it's,
MC14? Okay, I see it.
that's why they probably put it as Cool Spring. Okay, so it's 6. Oh, it's 611. Okay, I got it.
611.
I'll tell you right now. I got a 1600 on the SAT on this one right here.
All right, so the process is you just compare them, make sure the numbers are right, make sure that the correct precinct code is on there. And then we initial. And then on the old one, we write void.
Yeah, who did this one? This is one that we did that night. So how did we get it wrong?
It was one that had to be opened. It was provisional.
But I'm saying, how was our stuff on there?
Like we just signed it.
That's
The stamp, she just stamped it.
no, but look at
We did that one?
you know why?
Oh my goodness.
You filled out the precinct codes.
No, not. But the thing is, this was because it said Cool Spring. I bet you Cool Spring. I bet you that's from Cool Spring.
I don't know, it's correct now. It's somebody else's fault.
Well, because we had to redo it.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay,
No,
That's
how
probably.
do you, are you sure you got the right precinct?
yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because it says MC. You said you told us MC 14, so that's 611. But I'm going to Cool Spring. I bet you. Because there's one that I'm going to say this one. Cool Spring 1. Oh, that's 880.
Could be, try
So
Cool
how-
Spring 4.
Cool Spring 4.
Yeah.
All I did was do the ones they told
But
me.
it's MC14, is that what you told
No,
me?
it's one.
Okay. I don't know. It's 418. I'd love to get out of here.
Yep.
But wait,
Okay.
do we have to go give this to Dan ourselves?
Dan has to run it. Taylor can take it if she'd
Okay.
like.
Okay. It's good. It's good.
Can we take the notice?
Yep.
Oh, I'm not convinced that we're not gonna need it again.
I haven't checked all of them.
Oh, okay.
Taylor is going to take these and put them back in the elections room.
Okay.
No goods?
No goods. Thank you, Taylor.
So, do we need to go on another recess?
Yep. Hopefully Dan gets back here very soon.
All right, another recess.
Are we back?
All right.
After yesterday, but before these.
I don't want that one. Yet. This. I think I have.
All right, we're back from our recess.
Make sure I've read them in the 7 and 8, I think. that was-
We have the final report.
Do you want?
Okay. Okay.
You know that was the fake one. With the names.
Ready to certify this puppy?
Yep.
Okay. We need a motion? I gotta read them.
You have to read them.
All right. Okay, public question. The answer was yes.
Oh, come on, you're gonna not tell us what the question was?
I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, it's not, it doesn't show on the ballot.
Superintendent,
Oh.
Something about the Constitution, I don't know.
changing that to remove the
President.
superintendent.
President, Vice President Trump, Vance, U.S. Senator Jim Banks, Governor, Lieutenant Governor Braun and Beckwith, Attorney General Todd Rokita, U.S. Rep. District 1 Frank Bervan, U.S. Rep. District 2 Rudy Yakum, State Senate District 8 Mike Bohachik, State Rep. District 7 Jake Teshka, State Rep. District 9 Pat Boy, State Rep. District 20 Jim Pressel, Circuit Court Judge, 32nd Circuit, Julianne Havens. Circuit Court Clerk, Heather Stevens. County Auditor, Mike Rosenbaum. County Recorder, Elzbieta Ella Bilderbach. County Treasurer, Dan Barney. County Coroner, Lynn Swanson. County Surveyor, John Matwishin. County Commissioner, District 2, Steve Hollifield. County Commissioner, District 3, Joe Haney. County Council Member at Large, Brett Kessler, Adam Karanka, and Mike Mullenauer. Long Beach Town Clerk Treasurer Meg Collins, Long Beach Town Council Member at Large Kendra Bartlett, Colleen Lane, Cindy Levy, Anita Remihas, Joy Schmidt, Potawatomi Park Town Clerk Treasurer Susan Totchell, Toshel, Potawatomi Park Town Council at Large Robert Wisthoff, LaPorte Community School Board at Large Jim Arnold, Monica Beatty, and Tucker King, John Glenn School Board Johnson Township Ryan Knowlton, John Glenn School Board Liberty Township Christian Maddox, John Glenn School Board Polk Township Jared Egger, MC Area School Board Civil City Marty Corley, MC Area School Board Cool Spring Pine Jackie Allison, MC Area School Board Michigan Springfield Townships James Stewart, MSD of New Durham Township at Large Philip Burdine and Karen Jettersek, New Prairie United School Corp at Large Jill Smith, New Prairie United School Corp District 1 Rich Shale, New Prairie United School Corp District 3 Philip King, South Central School Board at Large Jacob Wade, South Central School Board Hannah Township Sherry Shy, it's a tongue twister, South Central School Board Noble Township Geraldine Jerry Grott, Indiana Supreme Court voted to keep Rush, yes. Massa, yes. Moulter, yes. Court of Appeals, District 4, Pyle III, yes. Have a motion to certify.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Is that it?
Got to sign.
You gotta sign it.
Thank you, John.
Last page.
Yep.
Okay, is that it?
Unless you want to do board member.
Board member comments. John, go first.
I'm contemplating, well, you know what, I will just say, I've already talked about the election. As to the public comment directed at me of why I'm on the board, it had nothing to do with the Democratic Civic Club. So I'll just lay that. And I did not recommend or make a ruling on that investigation. I've always abstained from it. I do abstain from it. But I said, when it was the question was whether or not we were going to hire counsel and spend money to do that, I was just saying on these kind of cases to refer them to law enforcement. Obviously, law enforcement understands when they have a conflict and will send it to the state police. So I'll you guys make a decision on that issue. That's all I have to say about that. Other than, no, I won't say it because I'll wait for court. That'll be more fun.
Okay.
Oh, I am ready to box this election up. This was exhausting. But I think we learned a lot. So I'm gonna keep it brief. I know Brody's got some things going on at home, so.
Okay. I'm resigning effective immediately. And I had a really good 2 years. I really did. This will not be the last you see of me. Stay tuned for that. I won't go in any further with that. This was the hardest election so far, but I had a lot of fun. Really liked working with John, loved working with Heather for the past 4. Taylor deserves a raise. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.